So this is your monthly plan. Parents and students can be working on this as well. And this tells me a little bit more about what you're specifically going to take in September. And so, up till this point, you've identified some of the classes and activities and clubs that you're interested in generally participating in. But right now, what I would love for you to do is just take a look at this list and identify the classes and clubs and activities that you're specifically going to participate in. And I know that there's lots of stuff going on, and I've gone in and added to the calendar when the different classes or the deadlines or the activities or the competitions are. As we've talked about, most of the stuff is self-paced, but for instance, with chess club or diplomacy or other things, there are times where you can go online and compete with other students. There are also deadlines for participating on certain things each week. So if you have to submit something for like a showcase for a class, then there'll be a deadline. There'll also be times when the activities start. So even though it's self-paced, the lesson will be released on a certain day. And then there are also office hours or times where I will be online and answering questions or posing challenges or what have you. And so feel free to give me feedback as we move forward in terms of how I can make this easier to have so much stuff, but also easier for you to understand. But the first step would be completing this form. And this is your monthly plan. And you'll see here that if you're a parent, you'll see all your students here. If you're just a student and you're completing your lesson, then you'll just see yourself. And what you want to do, you can toggle between the different forms here or the different elements of this form here. So you see we have objectives for the month, courses or clubs that you're going to participate in, skills that you want to focus on, and also leadership opportunities that are available in the Academy. And I'll talk about each one separately. And then just a place for you to put some scheduling issues. So let's do each one by itself. Objectives for the month. This is just letting me know what you're focusing on. And this could be either focusing on here in the Academy or it could be focusing on generally. And it's just helpful for me so that we can have the activities that we're doing in the Academy support the stuff that you're doing either with your parents or in other classes or co-ops or online classes, etc. Just let me know the types of things that you're focusing on. You can fill this out as much or as little as you want. So first thing would be this. If you want to, you can click Update Monthly Plan. But you don't have to do that until you're done, okay? If you want to toggle between your students, if you're a parent and you want to toggle between your students, it will automatically save the page, so you don't have to worry about that. If I switch between my son Fraser or my daughter Savannah, then it will just update it and take it to the next page. So you don't have to click Update Monthly Plan until you're done. If you're completely done at the end, you can switch over to Completed. But that's just sort of to let me know that you're done completing the form. So objectives for the month, do that. Then come over here to courses and clubs and activities to participate in. And this is where you can get lots of information about each of these different classes. If you look over here to the right, you'll see that it says click on the courses tab and then click on the course or activity. And if I click on it, it will tell me a little bit more about that class. It will also tell me what are the activities that are related to that class. And then related kind of the things, the elements that make up this particular activity. So for instance, game design has a showcase. We do have a meeting, discussion board, chat, certificates, regular projects, etc. Okay, but this calendar tells you what are the calendar activities that are related to the class. Now, again, some of these are things that like open gaming. If you want to go in and join other people and play games, then that happens at 10 o'clock on Wednesdays. Now, open gaming also has the ability to invite other people, so you don't have to wait for the open gaming in order to play games, but this is just sort of a time when people can jump in. Then you have the Young Programmers Programming Challenge. We have the Open Gaming Orientation. That will be for new people who are joining in. This will just be a little overview of what we're doing, and that happens every week. And then the other things. So you can just take a look here and see what are the types of activities on the calendar that will be related to this class. And so you can go through each one of these, and every time you click, it'll change, okay? And I'll do my best to make sure that these are as descriptive as possible so that you know what goes in. Don't worry about if, part of what you're doing here is you're trying to figure out which of these is going to fit into your schedule. Feel free to sign up for multiple things. Ultimately, you get credit for what you do. And in terms of getting a certificate of completion or certificate of participation or certificate of achievement for each of the courses or classes, it's going to be based on that. And so I'm going to do my best to make sure that this calendar is up to date with specific items. Any kinds of classes, like for instance, for the game design, there may be a specific introductory class that you take, and that will be listed here as well. Okay? And we'll go over more of that as we move forward. This is just sort of a preliminary look to help me understand which classes or activities you're planning to actually participate in this quarter. So for instance, let's say you want to do Independent Learner TV. This tells you a little bit about what it is. It tells you that we're going to have an orientation on Thursdays. We have a production meeting every week on Tuesdays. If you can't make that production meeting, that's fine. You can submit questions. I'll answer them there. But that's the opportunity for us to get together on a weekly basis and talk about what we're doing. Okay? Stock market challenge, other specific things here that show up. And so you can go through it and get a sense of what's going on. All right? And then what you want to do is click on the ones that you're going to be participating in September specifically. If you're waiting till October, if you're waiting till November to do something, that's fine. You can always update this. That's no problem. It just gives me a little bit of a better sense. Hopefully, we have enough activities here that you're like, wow, I want to take all of these. But if you're getting down to brass tacks and you want to figure out which ones do you want to take, I'm also planning to have your calendar reflect the classes that you're actually signed up for, so that you're not necessarily overwhelmed by all of the activities that are on the calendar. You're just going to be seeing the ones that you've signed up for. So that's this tab right here, courses, clubs, and activities. Remember, you can toggle between the different ones. Next is just for my information, sort of what are the skills that you're sort of focused on, that you'd like to focus on in September. It doesn't have to be in the academy. It can be in other classes. It just lets me know sort of what skills are important to you. And then this area here, the leadership opportunities, part of what we want to do in the academy is have you focused on becoming a leader. And that means taking some leadership roles. So for instance, let's say you're interested in being the leader of your class. That would be like in student government in a regular elementary school or high school. You can check that off. You'll see over here a description. Right here, you'll see a description, and these will all be filled out by the time you do that. And it'll tell you a little bit about that, about what that role constitutes. And those are also things, if you're sort of moving towards college applications or anything like that, getting like a letter of reference that says that you were the Independent Learner Press editor of the newspaper, or if you're the manager of the debate club or something like that, that can be a very good thing. And we'll go into what the actual responsibilities of those roles are as we move forward. But this just lets me know what are the areas that you might be interested in. And if there's something else that you see that you'd like to suggest as a leadership opportunity, feel free to send it to me and I'll add it to this list. So if you're interested in, say, doing the stock market challenge, you want to coordinate it, or you want to coordinate some of the blogging, or you want to be the chess tournament manager or something like that, you just click on that here. I'll put a little description here on this box, but we have greater detail about what are the specific roles and the objectives of those specific roles a little bit later. And then the next thing is just a little text. If you want to let me know classes that you're taking, other activities that you're taking, times when you're not available because you're in a co-op or something like that, just put that there just so that I know. And that might also help me. Also, if you're in a different time zone, I don't think we're going to have many time zone issues. But if if let's say a lot of the activities tend to be in the morning and you're out on the West Coast or Pacific time or something like that, let me know that. And maybe we'll schedule a later session as well. And then anything else that you're focused on. One thing that's important for some of our history classes, if you're focused on a specific historical era, like let's say you're focused on the pre-revolutionary era in the United States, or you're focused on the Renaissance, let me know, because that I might encourage you to focus, even if sort of my timetable is going through early modern Europe, and you're interested because you're already focused on classical Greek and Roman history or something like that, just let me know here, and I'll maybe be able to take that into account as we're moving forward. Okay? So once you're done, you click Update Your Monthly Plan, and it'll just update it. It'll take it to the same page here. And if you want to change your status, once you're completely done, if you want to change your status, okay, you can just change that to completed and update it and move forward. And that just lets me know that you're updated. My goal would be for everybody to complete this by Wednesday or Thursday, just so that I can have your monthly plan moving forward to get started. All right. Thanks so much. And please message me up here if you have any questions. Bye.